Watching Tilter Ella always do all these crazy cheese strategies in the early game, I decided to try it for once too, gently pinging my Murloc friend to move, but then I go in a few moments too early so he cannot join in. After successfully ruining his early game by sharing experience from minions, I join my circle-obsessed friend in bot lane. A few seconds later, I regret my decision to come because despite the fact that she had some solo experience before I came, she still didn't hit level 2 in time. And as a bonus, she ignores the level 2 advantage of I definitely don't like men, gentlemen, and miss. I don't remember when it was last time since she wasn't in my game, resulting in having to use both summoner spells. I wonder what went wrong in mid lane when Fizz lost 1 versus 1 to Malphite. Then I get a little too excited for Kai'Sa being finally in my range, so I jump in, but I forgot that Bandit Princess is a literal minion in the early game, plus she gets her damage reduced by a whopping 50% thanks to Glacial Augment and Exhaust. I respawn with nothing but vengeance in my mind, so I launch myself onto the second most attractive Void inhabitant after Rek'Sai. But then the adoptive father Jinx appears with Sumi's in his ass. I try to at least finish Kai'Sa by throwing my weapon at her, but Riot gives me a bad roll on the hitbox stat. Having nothing to do, I roam mid lane, but unfortunately, Husky has the advantage of being fueled by his rabbies, so I don't come in time to save my fishy fish dish friend. As the game seems to be going incredibly well, I camp in the bush when I get to see Warwick for the 10th time in this game. Bambi tries to turn the fight around but fails. By the way guys, you know how those big YouTubers show you a chart of how many of you are subscribed and how many are not? This is my chart, so please if you could, show a little empathy. After using my stun mid-fight for the most important thing, Sushi decides to go in and kills Kai'Sa even through exhaust, leaving us 3 versus 1 against the attack speed demon. We are lucky to trade 1 for 1. This is probably the most intense play I saw Malphite do in my 8 years of playing this game. I'm just having a small mental breakdown about whether Pikachu refers to his desire to forfeit the game at the 15-minute mark, or if he's pointing out my score so far. When you are as far behind as I am, there is only one thing you can do. Rely on the enemy team choking on that crustless sandwich their mom prepared them and putting you back in the game. And this is how you play a better spear guy as support. You jump in, let them focus on you, and then let your team finish them up. You also might remember in the middle of the fight that you have a guardian angel now, so you can bait harder. But who needs that when you can survive with 1 HP, run away with your empowered move speed, and then come back to finish them off with a throw that even Kobe wouldn't be ashamed of. Then it goes all smooth. You solo blue buff, you run at them, you use your point, click stun, you kill them, you move a few pixels, and you repeat the process. At their last breath, the enemy team tries the proven strategy of let's focus support, we might win, wasting both Wolfie and Malphite R on me and getting slaughtered. Oh yeah, I won this game, but it is just a game. And what is important is having fun and causing the enemy team to mentally rot. After using my W to take half of the Heimer health bar, my Kai'Sa decides that it's her time to contribute to trade, and so she does what all AD carries at this elo excel at, and stands in place while she auto-attacks. That ultimately leads to her death. But at least I managed to finish off Heimer before Four Fingers Joe experiences orgasm just from the idea of number 4. A few minutes later, we basically experienced deja vu of me killing Breakdance Yordle without my AD carry's help, followed up with her dying for no reason whatsoever. As they say, third time is a charm, so sexier Void Mommy comes to gank and I finally kill this rat without any repercussions. At least so I thought, until Professor Akali arrived to ruin everybody's day. Happily trading 2 for 1 with 1 kill going to our amazing Kai'Sa. But as a cherry on top of that ice cream you haven't had in a long time because you don't leave the safety of your home, Kai'Sa dies as well when I could help you win the game, but I will go Blue Cane instead. Guy arrives to finish her off. Just another episode in life of lesser human beings, also known as supports, who die just so their teammates may walk away safely. The enemy team decides to massage their schlongs in the bush for long enough so I can return and ruin Professor Akali's dash experience. But then I overchase and end up dying in midair, just like Kobe Bryant did. One of the special benefits of playing Pantheon support is the ability to gank your own lane, which finally ends with a positive 2 versus 2 outcome. Yes, that is exactly the same way I felt when playing this game. I had my hopes up just to realize that life is miserable, and that is why we play League of Legends, to make it even more miserable. Just a polite visit of top laners to make their lives a little bit more exciting. Me and Mommy Rek'Sai try to gank bot when we decide to turn on reinforcements, shutting down Casper. Then Professor Akali comes to ruin everyone's day once again. Badgerface decides to take matters into her own hands, resulting in her getting off one auto attack and then dying like an ape for the 10th time this game. Four Fingers Joe makes fun of my team for having 5 fingers, only for Vladimir to turn the tides of battle in his favor by patiently standing still until his Q comes off cooldown. My W gets ruined by his W, and then I flash away with Kayn sticking out of my private parts. Excellent way to die. Flying in just like your fat friend when he jumps into the pool, I do the big bang and try to fight Bear just with a spear, just like many people before me who didn't get to see the morning sun, resulting in me having to call the hunt off, only to be followed by this amazing duo of suicide enthusiasts. Just for Kayn deciding to have a stronger will to live than all cancer patients in Hollywood movies. After getting denied to move by Breakdance Yordle, I try to chase Four Fingers Joe, and thanks to him turning 5 times around to see if I am serious about this, I shut him down, earning more money than I ever had in my bank account. Even in Gold Elo, there is like one play per game that can ruin your score in Ranked by making you think it must be at least a master tier game. After several fights that led to no progress in this game, and on which I am too lazy to comment, it finally comes to this last fight. Me and Mommy Rek'Sai dive in to try and steal Dragon's Soul, but fail miserably. Then our 2 mascots die after auto-attacking twice, and our epic team-fighting champion doesn't even bother to join the fight. Anywho, I leave you Johnnyless for now.